Welcome to the Intelight tutorial 106, Unit Parameters Part 2. This is the continuation from Intelight tutorial 105, Unit Parameters Part 1. So hopefully we'll wrap up this section of programming in this tutorial. We go to Controller, we go back to Unit, and we continue our discussions on unit parameters. And we're going to talk a little bit, next values is the green flash frequency and the yellow flash frequency. So we're going to talk about this parameter and this parameter. So this value gives you the ability to set the flash rate. 60 means 60 pulses per minute, half second on, half second off. However, you can change this rate. If you need a fast flash, you can increase the number. Or if you need a slow flash, you can decrease the number. And this is the next feature we're going to talk about is the manual control enable sequence. That's this parameter here and this parameter here. This is very unique where you can put the controller in manual control enable interval advance, so when the police officer flips the switch, you can define a sequence for him. Or you can use the sequence 1, which is the default or first sequence. To do this task, you go to sequences, and say you go to sequence 20, which is not being used, and if we only wanted to run our through movements, our straight throughs, we could go 2 and A comma 4 comma B, and then we could put in 6 comma A comma 8 comma B. So this would just have our through movements back and forth, and this sequence would only be applied when the manual control enable is implemented. A little example. So you can define what you want it to be. The last step would be, of course, put in sequence 20, hit apply, and all your left turns are omitted when you're in manual control enable. It's just an example. It gives us more power, more flexibility. The next parameter is enable disable. So if it's disabled, you drop it down and hit disable, that's the off switch. So a police officer flips the switch in manual control enable, it will not go, it'll continue to cycle because you've shut the logic off. So this gives you the ability to disable the manual control enable when it's being abused or you want control over it. You certainly could do some additional logic in our user programs to shut this off after a certain amount of time. This is a very advanced, cool feature to have in max time. Okay, we'll go back to controller and unit data, and the next parameters we want to talk about where the primary and secondary start. This parameter was covered in tutorial 104, so I don't want to rehash. Just go back to 104 and you will be able to review how these parameters work. They're a special startup type operation. The final one is the free frequency. If you have it 0, then it's going to run the running sequence when it goes free, but you can be changing sequences by time of day, and you may want to control what free sequence it goes to under free, primarily under diamond control. Because if you go to your sequences under a diamond switching operation, we'll go to sequences. The 4-phase diamond is in sequence 17. So if you want 4-phase, you go to 17, 18 for 3-phase, and 19 is your 2 independent intersections. So you may use a 3-phase diamond during heavy operation, but if you go free, you want it to go back to your 4-phase diamond. You would simply type in 17 in here and hit apply. So if the manual free or failed free would be 17. Thank you for watching this tutorial on unit parameters. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you at one of the newer tutorials I'll be creating in the future. Bye.